Mason, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing?
I'm good. I saw that you added a few others as well, Jeremy, and then
Yeah, he might have. I'm not too sure who else he added, but yeah.
okay, cool. So is the team like what's the I see Ice Realm and then is it Junior Reach?
Junior Rain is going to be the team.
Junior Rain. Junior
Yeah.
Rain team. So what is Ice Realm? Is that
Ice Realm's the ice rink and like the,
oh
the, com-
gotcha.
the company's rink
Oh, that makes sense. Gotcha. The Junior Rain is the actual.
team alone. Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. How does it work then? Like how do you guys like your guys, who are you typically reaching out to recruit? Are these your,
Players and stuff like that. So it's the age for the division. It's anywhere from 17 to 20,
yeah.
and so then we're reaching out, contacting uh, players, kids that are coming out of high school or that are on high school teams or play club hockey and stuff like that, and then
Yeah.
seeing if they want a chance to play junior hockey and stuff like that, and then go from there.
hmm And then is it like a semi-pro team you guys have?
Um,
Or is it
it's not semi-pro. It's a couple divisions down from that, but
okay.
it's just called juniors, and then it's like a tier one team, and then you go to it, and then colleges kind of can see you, and then you can go to college from that and stuff, or elsewhere and stuff, depending on what
Okay.
offers you get and stuff.
Okay, so it's kind of like a almost like I know like basketball. I had to go through like the academy process. Is it
Hmm.
kind of like that?
Yeah, kind of,
Okay, that's cool.
but yeah.
What's below that? So it's like you guys and then like what's in between junior and then I guess the um NHL. It's just
It
college.
don't, honestly, it's like there's a lot because then I mean,
Okay.
you have ACHA, which is another level of college. Then you have NCDC or NCAA, which is another level of college. So there's multiple levels to college, and then you have like EHL, like the WHL, which is like the Western Hockey League, Eastern Hockey League,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And then after the AHL and stuff, and then then it goes WHL, and then it goes AHL, which is the Amateur Hockey League, and then it goes like the NHL and stuff like that. So there's a bunch of different levels and steps to get to the NHL, I guess you could say.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's a lot.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I wish hockey always looked fun. It's never, I mean, it's never really picked up around here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeremy, how's it going? You might be
Connecting audio at
buzzing.
first. Oh, there we go.
I see it moving.
Hello?
Hey,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Perfect. Yeah, I appreciate the flexibility. I know that I was able to move, so I had an internal meeting around this time, so I just asked. They were able to push it to tomorrow, so I'm able to
Ac-
get it in for today. So appreciate that.
Yeah.
Of course, the had a good conversation with Mason. Kind of gave me the kind of put me in the loop to what you guys are looking to do right now, outbound, increase some of your guys's recruiting right now. From based on the conversation and what I picked up so far, let me know if I missed anything or there's anything else you want to add. But you guys are running recruiting for your hockey program and want to reach players at scale by text. You started a sales message trial on Saturday, hit the 10 message limit, and the main questions are how do credits actually work? And is this the right setup for 36,000 messages over the next few months? And right now, sales message is the only platform you guys are exploring. Is that accurate or did I miss anything there?
Um yeah, I sent a few other emails to other texting services.
Mhm.
We got calls scheduled for later this week.
Sure.
Um for me, I'd like to I'd like to get started like as soon as we get off this call if
Mhm.
the offer is right.
Yeah.
In in the email I sent you, there was a handful of other questions that me and Mason came up with. Um,
Did
the
I?
this morning. I'll put them in the chat right now.
Yeah, appreciate. I must have missed that. I didn't catch this. Let's see here. Scheduled text. Yep. Timing, credit structure, CRM integration, Airtable access. So you guys use Airtable for your CRM and go high level?
Yeah, I think go high level. So this is above my pay grade, or it's not something I deal with.
Okay.
We've got virtual assistants
Yeah.
someplace else, but they handle the go high level and the CR and Airtable. Um, right now, I talked with my assistant coach this morning. One
Mhm.
of my biggest concerns with our Airtable is I don't think that like the information I believe has been entered manually, and sometimes things get missed, or like a player's first name is his parents' first name, and then so like the CRM isn't flawless by any means. So what I'm looking at right now is how do we clean it up? Like I have all these rosters and all this contact information.
Mhm.
I'm trying to figure out how to seamlessly sort of start a cleaner CRM. I realize that that isn't your, um, that's not your responsibility or but that's just sort of one of the challenges or one of the things I'm looking at doing right now.
Yeah.
Uh, what one of my questions is like, can we address these texts to a player by their first name if the CRM has the phone number and that player's first name like all in the same line?
Yeah, so what will happen is you'll input them through like a CSV file, or we can connect it to go high level through a webhook. And I'll be able to, it's not really a great way for me to show that in like a live demo. It'd be something that I'd be able to just follow up with so your virtual assistants can take a look at that and they'll be able to tell you if that works for them or not.
Oh,
But
is it? Sorry, Riley. Can you record?
yeah, I'm recording right now, so I'll be able to,
Perfect.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
perfect.
I got
Okay,
you.
okay, great.
I'll be able to send that over to you for sure.
Okay. So
The
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll be able to follow back up with what it looks like on the back end. The support team has a lot better way of explaining it than I can, and I just have no way to really demonstrate that. They're just things that I don't have visibility into on like my sales message demo account. But that is something that we can do. We would just associate the name to that specific number when you upload them through the CSV file.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So that shouldn't be an issue. You wouldn't be able to have maybe what may be happening is you just have multiple names associated with one number. That where I've seen that cause issues, we would just have to determine, okay, this is the main contact, and that's the one we're going to associate with the number, so you don't get any of those um, mislogged messages or mistimed text messages back and forth.
okay, okay.
Yeah. That does that make sense?
Uh, sort of.
Okay.
But basically, you're saying to me, we can we can handle it. Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. It makes
Okay.
sense. I don't understand the ins and outs, but
No,
sure.
it's all good. I'll try to keep this as high level as possible, just so
Uh-huh.
you understand that the things that you're looking for do work, and then we can get into specifics or more technically involved if we need to, but I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to make this process any more difficult for either one of you. The with your guys's process right now, let me just go through kind of I'll show you the platform. We'll walk through it. And if questions come up or if there's something that I don't touch on at the end of it, then we can go back and kind
Okay.
of address those one by one.
Mason's gonna end up being the guy that's gonna be
Okay.
providing the responses.
Mhm.
Um, one of the things he asked was he wants to be able to take a bunch of phone numbers and send them all at once versus copy pasting a single number at a time.
Mhm.
But yeah, just keep that in mind as you start the demo.
Sure. Of course, I appreciate that. Question though, when you guys are recruiting by text, what does the typical message look like? Is it more of like a, hey, I just saw your stats? would you be interested in so and so, or would it be confirming tryout dates, logistics, reminders, etc.?
Um,
I
so
could pull up that first text. I have it right here, and then just paste in the chat.
Oh,
It
that'd be
looks
perfect.
like.
can you paste the whole script, Mason?
Yeah, let me find it real quick.
That'd be super helpful. And the ones you're sending over, are these mostly one-off conversations, or are you pushing out the same message to that list of contacts, that 2000 or so?
Say that again.
The text that he's sending over, are these typically one-off conversations, or are you guys pushing the same messages out to your large batch
So
of contacts?
so I just shared the doc in the
Okay,
chat. So
cool.
first message, hey, this is Mason Welsh with the Ontario Junior Reign NCDC in Southern California. Are you exploring your options for next season? So
Mm,
that's basically a yes, maybe, no. Um, so the next is got it. We're identifying players for the OJR right now through our camps. Want me to send details? And then if they say yes, then we send them a link to our camps. So right now, the primary focus is we want to fill camps.
yeah,
Um, I've sent and the camps are 8 weeks away. I've sent emails. So in our CRM, we've got something like 36,000 contacts.
mm,
Um, we filter it so like we're just sending it to a certain number of birth years. So 2006 to 2012. Um, which I think ends up being about 25,000, 20,000 contacts. We send that out, and then the response to my emails is less than 30, 30, 40, 50, which is less than 1%.
wow.
And yeah, so and here's the thing, Riley, is the emails are a little bit too long.
Hmm.
There's lots of information in them. There's links that include videos or information on the program. But the reality is the program itself, like the content, is all really valuable and relevant to the conversation. Where, hey, we've won championships, we've moved players on to higher levels. It's a great experience. You're living in Southern California, like it's a great offer as far as I'm concerned,
Hmm.
but something is getting lost. And I've spent the last four summers texting, emailing, calling, um, and I'm, I've run out of patience to keep doing it.
Kind of burn
So
out.
yeah, 100%. And Mason, who's played for me the last 3-4 years, he was our captain. He understands the program inside and out. So he's going to be able to answer questions intelligently. So, on the one hand, is it spam? Sure. But it's also the sort of thing where I think when people take a closer look, they're going to say, oh, there is value, right? But I don't have the time or the capacity to keep doing it the way I've been doing it.
No, I don't blame you. After a while, I mean, I feel like anybody would get sick of it, especially if you're only getting 40 to 50
Right.
responses. When you say 40 to 50 responses, how many of those do you actually?
Convert,
Yeah,
maybe 10 of them.
maybe 10 of them. So okay.
Yeah. So our camps, we've got one camp in Southern California. We've got another one in Saskatoon. Success would look like 120 registrations at each of those two camps. And right now, one of the camps in Saskatchewan has about 17 players signed up. In California, it's got 10.
Hmm.
So we've got 8 weeks, and I'm just saying to myself, like I don't have it in me to
Yeah.
uh you know do 8 weeks of recruiting. And
Hmm.
uh, yeah, so I'm looking at this as what probably makes a lot more sense. uh
Hmm.
I don't I I asked our online like our virtual assistants to give us access to Airtable.
Hmm.
Um, they haven't given me the login. If I here, I'll take a screenshot of it, I guess is the best I can do. Um, um, anyways, yeah, so go ahead, Riley. I think
No, you're
um,
good. That's super helpful. It sounds like so you got 10 right now, 10 registered, trying to get to 17. You got about 8 weeks to get there.
we're trying to get to 120.
120 and you have 10 now.
Yeah.
What was the 17 that you mentioned?
So there's two camps, there's two locations.
Okay.
There's one in California, which is at I think there's 17 registered, and there's one, or no, there's 10 registered in Southern California, and then there's 17 registered in Saskatchewan.
And we're trying to get to 120.
120 for
Yeah,
both. Yeah.
gotcha. What do you guys charge for like what's
Uh,
your
the camps are
yeah.
uh in Canada are 250. The ones in California, I think, are 425, right around there.
So about 250, 425, so about three and some change on average.
Yeah, yeah, it depends on the camp and the location. Like in Saskatchewan, the camps there are a lot less expensive, so I can't charge as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least, yeah. I mean, at least 20 to 30,000 that we're trying to close the gap on here. So probably great we're having this conversation. I'm hearing the same thing fairly often too. It just people aren't responding to email. Deliverability is
Right.
about as low as it's ever been. So I'll go ahead and share my screen and show you if we
I'm
can help with
I'm
this.
I'm sharing you the
Oh, the
uh
screenshot?
well, no, I couldn't figure out how to do a
Okay.
screenshot, but I couldn't attach a screenshot, but
Yeah.
I'm sending you the link to the registration pages for the camps.
Okay. Let me,
And then also on our web page where someone would register.
well, I appreciate that. I'm gonna,
And then the other thing to note about our camps is it's not just one team that's going to be there. There's multiple teams that are going to be there, so we call it a showcase.
Mhm.
So, there's teams from the North American Hockey League, the BCHL, the Saskatchewan Junior Hockey League, um, the NCDC, college hockey, the KIJHL. Anyways, there's again, I think that there's tons of value in a player attending the camp.
Yeah,
One of the things that we battle or fight is every hockey team right now is running a camp, and they are major revenue drivers. So
mhm,
there's lots of competition.
for sure. But it's just getting in front of those people too to give
Yeah,
yourself an opportunity to even
right,
try for sure.
right.
Let me, I'm saving, I'm putting this in my own notes so I can reference it later too. So I appreciate you sending all that over. That'll
I'm
help, especially it'll
yeah,
help me.
I'm also going to forward you uh the last email I
Okay.
sent out. Yeah, the last email I sent out, which will give you an idea of
Yeah.
yeah, the offer.
Because how it'll work following this conversation, everything else aligns. You'll get assigned like an onboarding manager, and they'll help you with the compliance and then getting all of your essentially everything set up. So all this, if I can provide all of this information beforehand, it'll save them a lot of work on the back end,
Yeah,
getting
good.
all the verbiage and everything. And
Okay.
okay, got that all through. Perfect. Okay. I'll share my screen here so you can see what the inbox looks like. And since you already created the trial last or Saturday, so it should look somewhat familiar. But yeah, this is the inbox here. The actual what we would do for Go High Level is we would just create just like a webhook so they can sync back and forth. But as far as just the messaging, I mean, it's just like your regular inbox, and then the images, files, audio files that you wanted to send over, you would just send from here, schedule out messages as need be, and then you do it from there.
Okay.
Yes, sir. When you were running through it, what kind of questions came up about the inbox?
Um, Mason?
Yeah. I was wondering, like, is there a way where you can take like a group of phone numbers, put them in a chat, and then like text out a message and not make it like a group chat and it sends all individual text to this group?
Yeah, what you would do, you would just send out a broadcast message. I figured you'd ask that. So from here, this is how you would do that. You would just select the inbox you want to send for. So I would just, this is Mason's inbox. I'd select the contacts that I want to send to. So if there's a group of 10, I just select those contacts once they're inputted, and then I just review and send it.
So, but
Okay.
if he's using, let's say, Airtable or CRM, how
Mhm.
does he mark those off so that we're not sending the same message twice?
So if they're tagged inside, so that's where the connection comes into play with the webhook. So if they are tagged inside of, if they're already tagged and they're already in some kind of automated system, then it would just prevent that message from being sent out, if that makes sense.
Uh, Show me. I'm not sure I follow.
Yeah, so if you could you repeat that one more time? Make sure that I'm answering correctly.
Well, how does he basically he's saying, okay, I want to send 300 messages at once.
Hmm.
How do I keep track of number one, how do I send 300 all at once? And then how do I mark them as completed? Right, Mason?
Yeah.
Okay, in that sense, mark them as like completed. Um, well, they would populate inside the inbox, and if you do get a response, you could just verify from here. I could see which ones are open, which ones are unread.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, so if Mason's working from a spreadsheet or the CRM, he's gonna what? Copy because those messages, I mean, I ideally the thing I'd like to be able to do is address each of those messages by first name. Like, hey David, this is Mason.
Mhm.
Uh, hey Sam, this is Mason, right? So how, like, if it's a spreadsheet or it's a CRM, how does Mason click off, like, hey, these guys have been sent that initial message, I don't want to send it again?
Mm, so you could have it so you have like tokens, so it like it'll have like their name. You could have like a text where like, hey, and this is what the onboarding team would help support, and
Uh-huh.
so it'd be like a hey, first name kind of situation. Is
Yeah.
that what you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you could have it so that, and then it would just populate the first name that's associated with the number, and then you'd be able to send it. Is
Right.
that what you mean?
Right. But we want to, if we're sending 300 messages all at once,
Hmm.
how on our back end do we check off, hey, these 300 people have been contacted? Like, how do we keep track of that?
That would just be through like your CRM. The only way you'd be able to check on here is if either you went to the inbox and saw the message was actually sent, or through the analytics, and I can go through and I can see the individual messages that were sent. So I could see that a text was sent out, to Vicky, to Bill, to Nance,
Hmm.
and
Um,
and then on the back end be able to mark off each one that was sent to.
Okay, so when you say on the back end, is there a way to automate that once the messages are sent?
Not to automate that. You would just have to, if you have a group of contacts you want to send out to, you just send them, you would send it on the broadcast message, and then on your, I guess your Excel sheet that you have, or on your CRM, you would just mark them as completed since they were all sent.
What do you think, Mason?
No, yeah. Also too on that spreadsheet, there's a bunch of numbers on the side. I could always too as well just keep track from what numbers I go from, and then I can highlight those numbers and then just change the color of like the background of the numbers to mark which ones are done, I guess you could say.
Okay. 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 Um, keep running. Yeah. Yeah. I think my guess is maybe the tech team, once we connect with them, might be able to could be, because is it fair to say, Riley, that the onboarding agent, they're gonna want access to our CRM so that like it's connected? Is
Yeah,
that
well, they'll just help you. They wouldn't get access to your CRM, more so just help you get everything ported over, get everything connected.
okay?
Yeah.
Uh,
The only thing I could think of too, this might be useful as far as like creating like a workflow for you guys. This might be another way around it. And this would help with some of like the automation and some of the like follow up. Just probably you probably have something similar with email right now, but what you would do is you would just add those contacts from here. So add that large batch of contacts. You can create the broadcast here. And if they do respond, then you could just end the conversation right there and add a tag as add as responded. So if I reached out to them and they did respond, then I would add that tag there and they would leave the workflow. And if they didn't, then you just continue on and send follow-up messages until they do. That could be another way to do it.
right. And if we don't get a response after like 72 hours, we can automate it so that a follow-up is sent, correct?
Correct. Yes. All you would do is you would add, so if we did want to, if we wanted to make it 72 hours, I'd just add 72 hours. And then instead of a note, I would just add another message and just have another follow-up message. And you can continue to do that. And this is all happening in the background.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. The onboarding team will kind of help with setting that up for you guys.
Okay.
And any questions around that?
No. Keep taking us through the demo, I guess.
Sure, absolutely. The actual analytics, because you're going to understand how these are performing. We kind of touched on this a tiny bit, but average first time response, total messages you guys have sent, and then what your deliverability is from here. And then if I want to look at the specific text to see if they were being sent or not, I would see it in this tab right here. Yeah. And then I can kind of jump into the specific questions you have. So I'm going to pull up pull that Zoom real quick.
Yeah, in the chat there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Let's see.
So, okay, yeah. So the first one, ability to support multiple users on the same account. So if we purchase an account, can Mason use the account from his computer and I can use the account from my computer at the same time?
Yes. Yeah, you guys can use it at the same time. We also have a mobile application. So if somebody wants to use it on their phone, somebody wants to use it on the desktop, those are both available.
Is there a limit to the number of users?
There's not, so it comes with a number and a user. If you want more than one, you would just purchase an additional seat.
Okay, but so if I purchase the license today, me and Mason will be able to use that same license, correct or no?
No, you would have to have a separate seat.
Okay, okay, but could I log in at say from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then he could log in from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. with the same license?
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay, but so essentially we both can't be on the app at the same time, correct?
Well, you could. I would just recommend to have two separate users, just because it just makes it easy. Like especially if you guys are both texting
Yeah.
for just reporting standpoint, it just makes it a little cleaner. But I mean, if you wanted to just use the same account, you could.
Okay, but when you say two users, are you saying that we need to purchase two licenses?
It'd be under the yeah, be under the same license, but you just have two seats.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
wait. So are seats an additional cost?
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So I, so for me, I want to make sure that this is feasible before we spend a bunch of money. So what I'm saying is, so we purchase one license. You're saying that's one seat, right?
Yes.
That one seat can be used, but not at the same time. So Mason could use it from his computer, and then I could use it from my computer once Mason has logged off. Correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the credit system, basically every incoming or outgoing text is one credit. Is that right?
Yeah. So outgoing, whether it's outgoing or incoming, it's going to be a credit each. And then
Okay.
up to 160 characters. So if it's over 160 characters, it would be two text or two credits.
Okay.
Mhm.
Um, is
The
there, go ahead.
I was gonna touch. What were you gonna say? I was gonna touch on the CRM integration.
Um, as far as the characters go, or sorry, as far as the credits go, is there an unlimited plan?
There's not a. We just go by specific tiers. So we have like 7,500, 10,000, 12,500, 15,000, so on and so forth.
Can you send me the rate sheet?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you share it on the screen?
So no, I have no way to like share it on the screen. I'll just send you over like a few different quotes.
Okay.
Because it's gonna be a little bit different. The we talked about the mechanics of group text at scale.
Well, hang on. I wanna go through the rates
Yeah, of course.
while we're on the phone here. So
Yeah. Let's see here. I can share that with you later real
yeah,
quick. Just
yeah,
have no
yeah.
way to like uh if we did like 7,500 to do one number, it would be 224.10 a month.
For 7,500 tax.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what's the next level? And can you send me something like a visual?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna send you ones with 7,500, 10,000. That's 296.10 a month.
What's the max?
It's not really a max. We've got some customers that are sending, 3 million a month. So it really just depends on, but like the more credits that you purchase, the better like credit rate that you get, like per text.
Let's say I want to send a total of 20,000 texts this month. What would you recommend? So 20,000 texts, and then of
Mhm.
course, what do you think the how many replies are we going to get on 20,000 outgoing texts?
With text messaging, we typically see about 5% on the very low end. So if we're talking, 20,000, it also just depends on Is this 20,000 going to be something that you guys are consistently doing throughout the year, or is it just like this month?
This month.
This month, what would you say that your average would be per month? Because you could, well, how it'll work with your guys' plan. So you'll get, if let's say we did, I don't know, if we did 10,000, you would get fronted 120,000 credits for the entire year.
Do you guys only sell yearly plans?
Yeah, the one I'm explaining is the monthly billing on the annual agreement. That's gonna give you guys the best price as well as the onboarding.
Okay, what if I only want a month? I only want to do this for 1 month.
If you only wanted to do it for 1 month,
Yeah.
then that would just be 20,000 per month.
And then you're saying expect 5 to 10% in terms of replies, right? So let's call it 22,000. So let's call it 30,000 total.
Be just $8.99 flat.
$900.
Yes, basically.
So you're saying if I want to get a hold of 20,000, if I want to send 20,000, you're saying expect 5 to 10%. So I'm going to call that optimistically 5,000. No, what would that be? 500 incoming text, right?
That's typically what we see through SMS.
For 20,500. So plus 500. What could you do for, I think probably 21,000 is what I'm guessing we want to use. So yeah, let's 21,000. What's that going to look like, Riley?
So we just like our tiers, it's like 20 and then 25,000. So if we looked at both of those,
Yeah.
if you just wanted to be like as conservative as possible, the 20,000, that'd be 629. And then if you wanted a little bit more flexibility at 25,
Yeah.
it'd be 749.
What's the tier below 20,000?
It's 15,000
Okay, so 15,000 is how much?
or 79.
And 20,000 you said is how much?
Was it 629?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's come back to that and then keep going through the questions here.
Okay.
I actually have a quick question before we move on.
Yeah.
Say we purchased one and then we ended up reaching our max before that end of the month.
Mhm.
Would you like say we only needed like another couple thousand, or would you just have to buy a whole nother month to get more?
Yeah, you wouldn't have to. You would just purchase at a different credit, or you would just top off your credits. Yeah. Good question. All right. And then let's see, handling duplicates. We talked about that. Customer support structure and responsiveness.
Oh, wait. So yeah, how do we handle duplicates or contact management?
So like I said, we just have to associate the one number to that name.
Yeah.
So that will prevent that from happening. When you can't have like the parent and the child associated to that number. You would just have to have one of those so that prevent that from happening.
Okay. Okay. You there, Riley? Mason, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I think
Okay.
he froze.
Okay. Riley. Um, hmm.
You still there?
I'm still here.
I hear you.
Yeah.
think you might have lost connection. You might join back in.
Okay. What do you think about all this?
I don't know. Kind of mixed feelings.
What are
Seems
your what are
seems
your
it seems a lot,
what do
but
you mean?
I've never dealt with credits and stuff before.
Sorry about that. I lost you.
Yeah.
Booted me.
Uh, no problem. Yeah, so we lost you at handling duplicates, and you said we deal with that in the CRM, is that right?
Yeah, so when you guys route the contacts over, we'll have to go through and make sure that there's not two, because what I think is happening is that there's two people associated with a number.
Uh-huh.
So we'll just have to go through when we're porting the contacts over just to make sure that it's only one per one.
So okay, so in our CRM, sometimes a player will have their name and their phone number, and then on that same line, it'll be their parent's name and the parent's number.
Hmm.
Um, how do we indicate, hey, this is the number we want to use for this person?
When you're the contacts are getting ported over to sales message, the onboarding team will help, facilitate that.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know exactly how they do it in the back end, but I just know that what usually happens is there's just two names associated to a single number, and that can
Okay.
cause issues.
And so let's say we spend the 629 for this month. You're saying we get a support team member that is our direct contact.
So how it'll work, so it's a little bit different. I kind of misspoke there, apologies. But on the month to month, it is more of like a self-service kind of support. On the yearly annual agreement, that's where you kind of get the onboarding manager and the account manager.
Okay. I have a feeling, based on my lack of knowledge and Mason not knowing much about this, the thing I would ask, Riley, is
Mhm.
you could work in an onboarding manager into our monthly agreement. I'm going to be more inclined to work with you guys.
Yeah, I could absolutely ask internally.
Yeah.
I don't see why it would be an issue.
Yeah.
I just kind of there's just the parameters that they kind of give me through the sales
Yeah.
process.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
I already get it.
yeah, for me,
Yeah.
like I want to get this going, but I don't want to wait 24 hours for
Yeah.
an AI response on, a question we have, right?
Mhm.
And I understand in the grand scheme of $500 isn't a significant amount of revenue, but I do think that if this is something that makes a lot of sense for us, then we'll continue to be customers, right?
Absolutely. And I want to do whatever I can to support.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'll definitely see what I can do. See
yeah.
if there's any flexibility there.
That's sort of that next question, customer
Yeah.
support and
Yeah,
responsiveness. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I figured. The Yeah, so I'll get in, I'll talk internally about that. The multiple phone numbers for the same player and parent. The kind of like what I said there, we'll just have to have the one because then it just when you're talking back and forth with the CRM, it just gets some of the conversations might not get logged correctly, and it just becomes a big mess if you have multiple numbers associated.
Yeah.
And yes, the address text by the first name. Well, I'll show you what that looks like live. I'll send you some resources
Yeah.
to help you set that up.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. So for me, yeah, um I'd like to start with the 479 plan, and
Hmm.
I'd like an onboarding agent available to us. And if you guys can agree to that, I can pay you by the end of the day today.
Sure.
And just to be clear, that 479 is basically from the day our account starts till 30 days and then the license expires. It's that 30-day window, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How much would it be if it were a yearly plan?
So two different options there. So it would be it'd be the 479, the onboarding, the account manager, and then the what else? The plus the credits would roll over.
Credits rollover. So what's that mean?
So
Like,
let's say this month you use a little bit less than 20,000. So you'll get you get the extra 5,000 next month.
okay, but it's still 479 times 12 months.
Correct. There's that, and then there's the annual up front. So if we wanted to do 20, let's say we did the 15,000 at the 479 on the annual up front, that would end up being, instead of 479 a month, 1 second. Let me see if I do a little math here. Um, 403. So it'd be about $470 or $70 cheaper
Per month,
that way. Yeah.
times 12. So we would save about $900.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. When do you think you can get back to me with what time zone are you?
I'm EST. You guys are PST, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Morning time?
And then where's your support folks? Where are they at?
We have two of them. I believe one is EST and the other one's PST. I'll have to see. It'll probably end up being Rolando, and he is PST. And then I'll
Okay.
see about if he's got I'll have to have the conversation first internally to see if we can have some flexibility here. And if so, maybe sometime tomorrow I'll be able to get you an answer at the latest, if not today.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And just for the record, Riley, that recruiting at juniorreign.com email
Okay.
is the email we use to send out recruiting emails and information. You'll see that that's the email I forwarded you on the camp information.
Okay.
You can take a look through that, but to communicate with me, the best email is that jeremy@juniorreign.com email.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate that. Jeremy, and then I'll just CC Mason in that same thread.
Okay, perfect.
Cool.
Can you can you send me this recording? Because I want to
Yes.
send this to our VRs to wrap their heads around what we're going to do, because I don't understand the CRM and all that business.
Yeah, all
We're
good.
going to need to loop Mason in and get it all connected.
Absolutely. I'll get that to you as well as some of the quotes.
Yeah.
I'll send you some resources for some of the things that we talked about, and then I'll talk internally and then get you an answer there ASAP.
Okay. That email that I sent to you that said, "Hey, by way of introduction," can you reply all to that one? Because
Okay.
with all that information you're going to send, because that way I don't have to forward it. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah. Let me see. I got it here. Okay. Yes, I see it.
There's like there's 5 people on it there.
Yep. I see them all. Eric and
Yeah.
Joe. Cool.
Jason.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'll get working on that now. I appreciate it.
Okay, awesome. Appreciate you making time, Riley, and we'll be in touch.
Yes, sir. Thanks to you, Mason, as well. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.